Welcome. Today, I wanted just to try and start a conversation between you and me to consider the possibility of me traveling to different parts of the world to try and do some type of meetup. Now, everyone's going to have different ideas on how that's going to go. There's a number of factors that need to go into it. So the first thing would be to look at locations. And so two general locations have shown in my Google Analytics to be the locations where most people are residing that are watching my content. So the west coast of America, California, and I think it would then go Texas, then Florida, New York area, and then it's lots of other places all throughout America where it's kind of like scattered pretty evenly of people watching my content. So I'm trying to gauge the what you might do, whether some people would be willing to travel to come to some of these locations. So I'm just trying to centralize myself where if someone wanted to travel, they could travel a shorter distance. So that's one part of the world. The other part of the world is, the UK and the London area. Also, Germany is another potential place. I don't know. These are just what I'm seeing in my Google Analytics. And then there's multiple other countries in Europe that have sort of similar percentages of people that are watching. So I'm floating the idea of going overseas to try and meet with you, my subscribers, to try and share the experience that I try and put through to the camera, but try and do it in real life. So how that would translate in the real world, I'm not quite sure. But let's talk about something that has translated in the real world, where you create a event where people can go to try and experience this type of thing. So a few years ago, here in my hometown on the Gold Coast, they did an event with Emma Whispers Red, which I haven't talked about because I've kind of been AFK for a while. Was that she did an event and she invited me to be part of it, where we did like a live ASMR session. And the benefit of this is it was already an established venue. They did, it's an art center, so they'll do shows and they have different stages and they have, like, it's a purpose-built venue for it. They have staff, they have like technical staff that can set everything up. And so they set up on the stage some microphones in a couple of different configurations, and then the technical staff wired the sound to a heap of people wearing headphones. So I'll put some images and video in here so that you can see. I will also include a link down the bottom to Emma's video where she talks about it so that you can see firsthand from her point of view. So for me, I I think I gave her like a head massage on camera while everyone else could see it, but also hear it with their headphones. So this is the style of an event where it can work. I've also done something like this at one of the museums in Sydney, where they had a small venue and they would have groups of people come in, put their headphones on, and then I would try and create sounds to relax them. But in my eyes, I see the event being more personal, hands-on, where you can do a group type of a session, but I think, I'd like to try and have like one-on-one sessions with people on how they might imagine they might like me to do a certain style that they've seen in the past that I do. So, it could be like the Manwelle session. It could be the Reiki session where they get kind of like a virtual massage to help them feel good. It could be using sounds. It could be just a simple massage, head massage. People can pick and choose what it is that they would want me to do. That's what I would want from the meetup with the people that have been following me for a long time is to try and give that experience where, it can create a memory that you can take with you for the rest of your life. Like, I still remember, not super clearly because I'm getting old, but like throughout my childhood, certain moments when I would experience ASMR, and I've held on to those memories as something that's important to me, not knowing that they would become so important in my life to create this content for you. So I want to try and share experiences, create memories, positive situations of that. So I'm not quite sure how to go about that. Like, all I can think is to travel to a location, have some type of small to medium venue, and have a group of people come. How big that group is, I don't know, to try and talk. The people would need to interact with each other. I can help give them like a poke to do that. I can give them some tools to do that. I guess the gender dynamics will determine a little bit of how that would go, because not to be, there's lots of gender stuff going on these days, but it's just the physical aspect of, a man tingling a man, or a man tingling a woman, or a woman tingling a woman, or whatever it is. There's thoughts that go into it that would create limitations, barriers of what it is we're trying to achieve. Now, for me, that gender thing won't be an issue. So it's I can work around whatever it is, okay? But the dynamics of the people, would be kind of important, so I can help try and steer them in the right direction. Start with some type of group thing. I don't know, but I guess it would be kind of like a group type session where I might pull out a singing bowl and do like a little bit of a hypnosis, because I think that is something that is that works very, very well in a group dynamic. It's something I have done in an event in Tasmania, where I had some pictures somewhere out there on the internet. And so we had like a relaxation tent, and there was a massage therapist and myself. And I would try and give people one-on-one sessions, but it would mostly be like a group session. And I would use like singing bowls and hypnosis and try and work in that way to make people feel good. And I did catch a few people who experienced ASMR for the first time in that tent, so that was pretty cool. So that's my idea, is to have a small to medium type venue location, which I would have no idea where to find in these locations. So once I figure out a location, then I'm going to need help to try and find a venue that would be suitable. And then you would have to come and I guess figure it out from there. I guess one of the main concerns is everybody's safety. So being me, the safety thing is, I'd be more concerned about your safety than my safety. Not that I'm going to take my safety less, but it's just the situation that it is. So, safety, comfort, and trying to make sure the environment of the venue is safe for everybody, and everyone can relax. That's it. So if I was to go to America, I would maybe seek out a certain person to do a collaboration with. If I was to go to England, UK, I would probably seek out Emma, Whispers Red, again, and try and collaborate with her. I would offer them the door would be open if they wanted to come to the venue, the event. How it figures out, I don't know. Maybe having someone on the other side helping would help me. So, I can't do all of this on my own, organize, plan events, and then actually be the host of the event. Just outside noise. It's way too much. I've worked at or been part of many events in the past, and I know the absolute chaos that can happen when you're trying to solve problems on events. The more elaborate the event is, the more details that go into it, the more problems that can happen. And, let's say you're doing sound. Your group of problems are narrowed. Let's say you're doing lighting. Your group of problems is there. If you're trying to organize seats and tickets, then your problem is there. But if you're trying to do everything, it's far too much for one person. So my thought is to keep it small and simple. A location, like one thought would be, for example, to get an apartment for a couple of nights and then have some people come over for one night, some people come over for the next night, maybe some people during the day, and kind of have like small groups of people come through that allow me time to regenerate. Because, while it might look easy and effortless for me to do what it is that I do, there is a fair amount of focus that would come into it, and so I need time, and I need to limit the amount of things that I have to do to try and limit the problems that I have to deal with. So I'm quite happy to deal with problems, but I know to narrow that band of problems. So, just traveling to another country, bringing equipment, bringing items, getting to the other country, dealing with the jet lag of the time delays, which is going to mess me up pretty badly, looking for food that I can eat. These are the bigger problems of traveling and doing something like this for me. This is what I'd be concerned with. Now, if someone wants to do all of the organizing and make their own ASMR convention and I just rock up and do my thing, that would be fantastic. But it's not going to be me. So, if anybody at these locations have the ability, knowledge, the experience, the venue, the ideas, the willingness to put in time and effort to make something like this happen, however small it may be, would be appreciated. You'd be very welcome to email me at MassageASMR@gmail.com and let me know how you can help. So, because I will be needing help in a situation like this. So that's my thoughts. I fly over, find a venue like let's say an apartment, and then for a couple of days have groups of people come over, and I do my thing. Now, something else I would really like to do is I'd like to record some of these interactions. So I understand some people may not want to be on camera. It's not a problem. But I'm hoping some people might want to be on camera because it would help the rest of the people that can't make it kind of feel being there and being part of it. So that is something that I would hope that in each trip to record 5 or 6 different interactions with people that I could upload to the channel and share the experience with people. So that is what I really wanted to talk about today. So shout out to Emma's Whispers Red. I'm going to give her a bit of a poke. Here it comes. So you can go to her channel, wherever the link will be. Hang on, I want to test something. Now, apparently YouTube has some type of voice detection thing that if I say a word, something should sparkle. I think it's down the bottom here. Subscribe. Sparkle or sparkle? Subscribe. So I just wanted to test it out to see if it works. So tell me in the comments if the subscribe button sparkles and tries to try and draw you in to click that button. Okay. All right, so let's go down the list. So what's coming up for the channel? Captain Coco Crinkle Pop's probably already made his, popped his head up. So unfortunately he's had a run-in with a good doctor. And to be honest, the eating ASMR thing is quite large, mukbang, but I can't eat that type of food anymore. I honestly just can't do it. It just ruins me. Like it just knocks me down a peg, and I can't do it. The food has to be really clean, natural. I have a cranial nerve examination coming up for the doctor. I'm working on a compilation of the no talking type introductions, and so I worked on that a while ago and I kind of got paused. So I'm trying to find like the perfect the intros to make it interesting, if you know what I mean. Oh yeah, something else I'm excited about. So I got an unboxing or two coming up as well. So I'm excited to try and set up to do live ASMR with you. Now, I floated the idea some time ago where I called it IASMRU, and it's similar to the whole meetup live experience, whereas someone, for example, would call in. I'd probably just have their voice in the video, and they could tell me what it is they want me to do, and I will try and do it live for that one person, but everybody else can watch to share the experience. So that's one area which I'm not quite ready to be set up, but I'm preparing, hopefully in the next 24 hours, to have the core equipment to record live. And I might do one live session. I might do a live Dr. Dmitri roleplay. I might do a Manwelle one. I might do a whatever it is. I can basically just do whatever. During the live event, I can ask for requests, which people will have difficulty agreeing on. But I have created a channel membership now. So if you were to join a channel membership thing, it doesn't have to be expensive, just whichever. I guess I should be able to see those comments easier. The comments can come really, really fast, and there's absolutely no way I can keep up with them. And so all I can see is whatever was there, and then a second later they're gone. So, the comment would need to be like that for me to see it, I think. And so I could look at comments and basically like pick a role play, create a role play, put me on the spot, give me something within the guidelines of YouTube's, what they deem as safe, just normal stuff. And I'll do ASMR live for you. Role plays, sounds, whatever. So that's what I'm hoping to do. I was hoping to actually do it today, but a key piece of the equipment that I have been wanting to get, it got delayed. Anyway, so live ASMR coming up soon, and yes, so I'm working on trying to build something that I can use for multiple things. So there's like those heads that have the binaural microphones in them. So there's the Neumann KU100. It's like a $10,000 microphone, and it's a head that has two microphones in it. So what I'm thinking is I want to build a head, but the problem with those heads is there's nowhere for the camera to go. So my guess is let me just use this as an example. So let's say this is the head. Imagine it being a bit bigger, the shape of a head. So my thought is to build something like this, drill a great big hole in it and put it over the camera and kind of have it like, I'd have to try and shape it here so that so I'd kind of have to have it around like that far in front of the camera, and then have some ears on it. And I'm going to use some lavalier microphones. So I've got one lavalier microphone. I've got an MKE2 Sennheiser. So I'd have to get a second one of those or get some different lavalier microphones and get the ears and then stick them in the ears. And that's exactly how the binaural microphones are, is basically just a set of ears, and they've got the lavalier microphone. So the most expensive 3D microphones, the 3DIOs, the professional one, they use the DPA 4060 lavalier microphone, which is a similar value to about the same price as the Sennheiser one that I got, so I need a second one. But the DPA microphones, I think, are probably a little bit better. So is to build a rig that can go on the camera, not really on it, kind of like I'd need to build a really strong stand for it so it can go right in front of the camera, and then it would have the ears. Like, I'm trying to imagine where the ear would be on my eyes. So the ear would have to be like about kind of like that far in front of the camera, and set up a rig where it's like a head. And so, for example, I can try and cover it with a material that resembles this type of sound. Yeah, even the microphone's not picking up much of that sound. So try and make sound, and I can give it head massage. I can do like a scalp inspection over it, similar to the eye examination I did. I did something similar for the eye examination. I could use it as a head to put hair on it. I can do hair cutting. So like a barber style role play. So I'm trying to create a rig that can go in front of the camera, has a true binaural type sound to it. So I can have like the two microphones in the ears that would be approximately here, and I can have two more microphones wherever I want them to be, just to record more stuff. And I can do that live once it's set up. So that's what I'm working on at the moment, to try and build a rig that can have multiple uses. Like I could do a Manwelle session, I can do Dr. Dmitri, I can just do a hair cutting barber one. I really want to do the hair cutting one because, you know, some of my early memories was going to the hairdresser and getting a haircut being quite relaxing. And I do recall one lady being the ultimate ASMR artist in the barbershop, and I would sit and wait for her to have her cut my hair whenever she was there. And if I turned up for a haircut and she wasn't there, I was so sad. And so I was a bit young back then, so I couldn't quite say, I'll come back and I'll wait for her. think I was in like primary school or something like that. So that's what I'm working on at the moment. So I'm trying to improve, get set up. So something else that I'm trying to get ready is I'm planning on getting a green screen, and I have a number of role play ideas where I will need a green screen for a different type of background, primarily being the future shopping network. Quite a few people are asking for that. And something else I've looked at refloating the idea of a character called the Sleep Man. Now, I still have that mask. The lighting effect will be difficult for me to recreate, but I should be able to recreate it. The problem is the character. I've looked at how I did that role play, and I kind of have a little bit of a hesitation trying to replicate what I did. So, but I am floating the idea of bringing him back. So, thank you for sticking around. I'll upload this soon, and I'll stick Captain Coco up as well. And then we'll have maybe a Dr. Dmitri video. And I think I did the binaural brushing one where I scratched the microphones with stuff. And I think I did it better than what I did last time to try and replicate one of my popular videos. So, thank you very much. I will see you next time.